Today we'll take a close look at the incredible Infinity Pipe Chanter, crafted by the world-famous bagpipe maker R.G. Hardie and Company in Scotland. If you've been keeping up with BagpipeLessons.com and my YouTube channel, you've heard how much I love this chanter. But did you know that there are 3 different models of the Infinity Chanter? In today's video, I'll give you an up-close look at each model and share why the Infinity Chanter is my favorite chanter and the favorite of pipers around the world, from beginners to world champions, and for both soloists and pipe bands. And I'll tell you about a new exclusive discount I have for you to get your Infinity Chanter and my popular and award-winning Tone Protector digital chanter cap. So stick around, you want to watch this video. Welcome to BagpipeLessons.com, where you'll find the inspiration and knowledge to fulfill your piping dreams. Around 25 years ago, bagpipe makers started making pipe chanters with bigger holes. The idea was that bigger holes would make a louder sound. But these larger holes make it difficult to play clean and with precision. With bigger holes, they're harder to cover, and it's easy to not cover a hole completely, which makes it harder to play clean and can cause squeals and chirps. Just imagine trying to cover the largest hole with your smallest finger. That's tough, especially in cold weather when your fingers aren't as nimble. I started noticing that some pipers who play well indoors or on warm days would struggle when it was cold outside. To help cover my larger holes more easily, I even resorted to putting tape on the bottom of the holes to make them easier to cover. But using too much tape can cause other problems like loud squeals at random times. I talked to a bunch of pipers and they said they missed the older chanters that had the smaller holes. But the problem with these older chanters was that they didn't sound as good as the modern chanters with modern reeds. The newer chanters sounded great, but the big holes made them harder to play. So I wanted a pipe chanter that sounded bright and stayed in tune, but had those smaller, closer spaced holes for easier playing. I talked to some bagpipe makers to see if they could make a chanter like this for me. They said it was impossible to make a chanter with the smaller holes and a bright and projecting modern sound. Then a few years later, I got a message from Alistair Dunn at R.G. Hardie in Scotland, and he told me he'd been working on a new chanter with a revolutionary design with smaller holes and a modern sound. He sent me one to try, and the first time I played it, I loved how the smaller holes felt under my fingers, and the spacing was really comfortable. And the sound was incredible. This chanter is a huge step forward in making pipe chanters more comfortable for everyone. Today, the Infinity Chanter is available in 3 models, and I have them all here at my BagpipeLessons.com shop. Check out BagpipeLessons.com/infinity. Now, let's take a look at all 3 models, one by one. The Blackwood Infinity Chanter is the top-of-the-line model. It comes with a carrying case that shows off this beautifully made chanter. The wood grain really catches your eye. It's deep and detailed and shows off the high-quality Blackwood. Whenever I get a new Blackwood chanter, I like to take pictures of this beautiful wood grain, because over time, as you play it, the wood darkens to a deep, dark brown or rich black color. Holding the Blackwood Infinity Chanter for the first time, you will notice immediately how comfortable it is. This comes from 3 things: the smaller hole size, the closer hole spacing, and a special touch from R.G. Hardie. They've smoothed out the edges of the holes. This innovative design makes it feel like an old friend that's ready to play right from the start. The Blackwood Infinity Chanter has a bright and clear sound that's consistent across all the notes. When pipers talk about a chanter being balanced, they usually mean 2 things. The pitch should be right from the lower to the higher notes, meaning the top hand notes aren't too sharp or too flat. And the volume should be even across all the notes, so it's not overly loud on the bottom hand and thin and quiet on the top hand. We want even projection across the whole scale. This Infinity Blackwood Chanter does both of these incredibly well, gives you a balanced overall sound that is warm and clear. This chanter is also very easy to read, which means it works well with many different types of reeds and all strengths of reeds. Some chanters are finicky and only sound good with certain reeds, but not the Infinity Blackwood Chanter. Just find a good reed that's the right strength for you, pop it in, and you're ready to play. This makes the Blackwood Infinity Chanter a favorite choice for solo players because it's easy to use and has that really great refined chanter sound that soloists love. Many pipers tell me that this chanter is their favorite chanter they've ever played, how it sounds, and how it feels to play. The thoughtful design of the smaller holes with the smoothed out rounded edges and the closer hole spacing combined with an incredible sound that's easy to get with all makes of reeds makes the Blackwood Infinity Chanter the top choice for pipers who really want the very best. The Polypenco Infinity Chanter comes in this clear tube. Polypenco is a tough synthetic material, like a plastic material, also called Delrin or acetal. This material is great because it stands up really well to wear and it's stable in different playing conditions. Like the more expensive Blackwood version, this chanter has the smaller holes with the closer spacing compared to many other pipe chanters on the market. This design helps you play your faster, more difficult tunes with greater clarity and precision of fingering. However, the edges of the holes on the Polypenco Infinity Chanter are not smoothed out. Some players actually prefer this sharper, crisper feel of the hole edges on the chanter. The sound of the Polypenco Infinity Chanter is similar to the Blackwood model, but the Polypenco material is different than wood and it tends to reflect the sound slightly more than the Blackwood, giving it a brighter tone. The Blackwood chanter, because of the wood, typically has a mellower, sweeter sound. Despite this difference, it shares many of the same excellent qualities as the Blackwood chanter. It's really easy to read, meaning it works with a variety of reed types with very little fuss. It also has a very balanced sound across all notes, both in volume and pitch, and ensures that every note is clear and tuning is quick and easy. An additional advantage of the Polypenco chanter is the affordability compared to the Blackwood model. It makes the Infinity Chanter in poly particularly attractive for pipe bands. More and more pipe bands around the world at all levels are choosing the Infinity Chanter to get a great sound that is bright, projects well, works with lots of different types of reeds, and is easy to tune. This is not surprising that bands love this chanter, because its bright sound and stability simplifies tuning, helps your pipe stay in tune, and it's a great value. The Polypenco Infinity Chanter has the benefits of the Blackwood model with the added toughness and resilience of this poly material, and at a lower cost. Pipers and pipe bands love it for the quality performance without breaking your budget. The third and final model of the Infinity Chanter is also made from Polypenco, but it's special because it's tuned to B flat. So let me explain. Bagpipes normally have a lot of pitch variability, which means the exact pitch of your pipes can change depending on different factors like the weather or how long you've been warming up or your reeds. When you're playing on your own, you tune your drones to match each other and to the low A on your pipe chanter. Then you adjust the tuning of the other notes relative to that low A pitch. On one day, your low A might be at 480, and if it's warmer the next day, it could rise to 482. Normally, this isn't a big deal. This is what we expect from bagpipes. We're used to this. Thanks to modern innovations like synthetic bags, moisture control systems, and my award-winning Tone Protector digital chanter cap, the stability of pitch has been improved significantly, but even the best bagpipes will vary slightly in pitch from day to day depending on playing conditions. Most pipers aren't too concerned about the exact pitch of their pipes within reason, as long as the pipes are tuned to themselves. I have some great videos on the YouTube channel about how to tune your pipes using my popular InTune mic, which connects wirelessly to your phone or mobile device unless you harness the power of incredible tuning apps like the Bra Bagpipe Tuner. So in a pipe band situation, the pipe major or whoever's tuning the band will determine the band's pitch for that day and then go about tuning everyone's drones and chanters. Again, the pitch varies, but these days most modern bagpipes are going to be in the range with the low A from the mid 470s to the upper 480s, or even higher if it's a really hot day. And that's a pretty big range. But if you're planning to play with other instruments like piano, guitar, violin, bass, or brass instruments, or pipe organ, you need to be careful about tuning your pipes. These other instruments use standard tuning with a fixed pitch, which means they almost always tune their instrument to an exact pitch. Typically, the A is 440. If you take your tuner and play A on a well-tuned piano, it's going to show 440. If you go up to the next note on the piano, B flat, it will show 466. If you go up to the next note, B, it'll show 493.8 or something like that. So the most important note on the bagpipes, low A, which is the same note that you tune your drones to, is somewhere higher than B flat, but lower than B on an instrument with standard tuning like piano or guitar or organ. If you're playing with those other musicians with your pipes with your low A in the 470s or 480s, it's going to sound really, really bad and out of tune. The challenge of playing with these other musicians with the typical modern bagpipe setup is really two things. The pitch is too high, and it also doesn't match a specific note on those other instruments. It's in between those notes. This is a problem. So if you're going to play with a piano player, they can play A, or they can play B flat, or they can play B, but there's no notes in between those keys. So to play in tune with other musicians, we need to get our pipes tuned to a specific fixed pitch. This is difficult or impossible to do with your current setup by just tuning it with, or adjusting your reeds or moving tape. Modern pipe chanters aren't designed to play at such a different and lower pitch. So you're going to need some help from your equipment, and here's where the Polypenco Infinity B flat chanter comes in. It has all the qualities and benefits of the standard Poly Infinity chanter, but the holes are positioned a little bit lower on the chanter to achieve that lower pitch. And more precisely, it's designed so the low A is tuned to 466 Hertz, which is the exact pitch of B flat on other instruments. Hold on! You might be thinking, why are we tuning low A to B flat? Why not just tune the low A on our pipes to the real A on other instruments, 440 Hertz? Well, you can do this, but the pitch of the modern bagpipe in the 470s or 480s, and to get all the way down to concert pitch of 440 is a really big gap. It's much easier to get down to 466, which is the pitch of B flat. And that's exactly what the Poly Infinity B flat pipe chanter does. Tuning to B flat is a great way to blend the pipes with other instruments. If you've heard recordings of regimental bands like the Coldstream Guards, playing with the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards with pipes and brass, they're playing in B flat. Have you heard AC/DC's Long Way to the Top If You Want to Rock and Roll? This is probably the most famous rock and roll song to feature bagpipes, and the band and the bagpipes play this tune in B flat. One of my all-time favorite piping recordings is a bagpipe and organ recital with New Zealand-based piper William Boyle. I love the tunes and the playing on this recording. And guess what? The pipes are tuned to B flat. Check out some of these recordings. They sound fantastic. I'll put some links in the description below. So this is why you need the Polypenco Infinity B flat chanter. It has all of the same features that pipers love about the Blackwood and the standard Poly Infinity chanter, but it's designed to play at that lower pitch. So you can play with other fixed pitched instruments. So how do they do it? Well, the holes are positioned lower and in the precise spot you need to get perfect tuning at that lower pitch. And the great news is you don't need a special reed for your B-flat Infinity Chanter. It's designed to work well with any high-quality pipe chanter reed. My personal recommendation is the Foundation reed, which is available exclusively from my bagpipelessons.com shop. The Foundation reed is the result of my collaboration with one of the world's leading reed makers and is crafted to my exact specifications. It embodies everything I look for in a reed. Every Foundation reed is stored in a humidity-controlled environment from the moment it's made, during transportation, and testing. This ensures consistent quality. I personally select every reed so you can be assured of its performance. You can order these reeds in the exact strength that suits your style of playing, and they're guaranteed to meet or exceed your expectations. You can order exactly the number of reeds that you need, and you don't need to order a dozen just to get one or two that work. Pick the exact strength of Foundation reed that you need and order yours today at bagpipelessons.com/foundation. But what about the drones? Well, you will also need to get your drones tuned to the lower pitch of B-flat too. When tuning the drones, we lengthen them by raising the drone tops, which lengthens the drone and lowers the pitch. But you probably don't have enough length on your drones to get them all the way to that lower pitch of B-flat 466. So we need a quick, simple, and easy way to get that extra length. And ideally, you want to keep the position of the drones tuning in that optimal spot. And you want to use your existing drone reeds the way they are and not have to start adjusting the tuning screws or bridle. Well, I've got you covered. These are the drone reed extenders from RG Hardie, and they are the perfect solution to match your existing drones and drone reeds to play in B-flat. You can keep your drone reeds. Instead of needing to lengthen the drones or mess with the reeds themselves, simply attach the drone reed extender to the bottom of your reed and then reinsert it into the drone. This extra length is all you need so that your regular drones and drone reeds will play at the lower pitch of B-flat. The extenders are straightforward and easy to use, durable, and precisely the right length to get the pitch that you need to play in B-flat. I have them at the bagpipelessons.com shop, and there's also a link to them in the description below. I've put a link to the extenders on the Infinity Chanter page as well, so if you're considering the Poly Infinity B-flat Chanter, make sure to get a set of these drone reed extenders too. They make it so easy to switch from your regular setup to B-flat. Just swap out your chanter to the B-flat chanter and pop in these extenders on your drone reeds and you will be in action in just minutes. Now when you purchase any of these Infinity Chanters from my bagpipelessons.com shop, you have the exclusive opportunity to add my award-winning Tone Protector digital chanter cap at a special discounted price. The Tone Protector is one of the piping world's most popular products and a game changer for pipers. It improves your pitch stability and sound quality. It allows you to spend less time tuning and more time playing. Tone Protectors feature a two-way humidity control system that maintains your reeds at the ideal humidity level so you get consistent performance, and it extends the life of your reeds too. If you're getting a new Infinity Chanter, you definitely want to protect your reed with the Tone Protector chanter cap. If you want to protect all of your reeds, make sure to get the Tone Protector reed case too. The Infinity Chanter is a huge deal in the bagpipe world because of its innovative design, incredible sound, and how comfortable it is to play. It's perfect for pipers at any level, whether you're just starting out or you've been playing for years. It's popular with soloists and pipe bands. And for playing with other musicians, the B-flat model is the perfect option. You can learn more about the Infinity Chanter and get one for yourself today at the bagpipelessons.com shop at bagpipelessons.com/infinity and check out more videos, photos, and details. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you're looking to take your piping to the next level, please check out my bagpipelessons.com Inner Circle. With your membership, you gain full access to the very best of everything at bagpipelessons.com. This includes weekly live interactive classes for pipers at all skill levels led by me and world champion guest instructors. You also get access to my exclusive lesson library filled with hundreds of videos, lessons, tunes, exercises, product demonstrations, and more, covering nearly every topic in piping, from music theory to technique to tuning, maintenance, setup, and so much more. And you get personalized support from me to help you reach your piping goals. So to find out more about joining my inner circle, please visit bagpipelessons.com/membership. For some more great free resources, including videos, lessons, and downloadable guides, head on over to bagpipelessons.com/learn. And download my free guide called How to Achieve a World-Class Bagpipe Sound. The link is in the description below. And check out some of the other videos I have here on the bagpipelessons.com YouTube channel. And please remember to subscribe and hit the little bell icon to be notified every time I add new videos to the channel. It really does help when you subscribe because it lets YouTube know that you love my videos, and YouTube is more likely to suggest them to other pipers who might enjoy them as well. Thanks for watching, and happy piping.